Okay, the time is 4:16 Eastern, PM Eastern, August 22nd, year 2024. So this is what's going on, to best that I can gather. Every law enforcement officer in the United States and all territories, okay, this is like, I'm being coy, but yeah, you could also say yeah, because it's been on paper facts. They've been doing this. They're going to come in here with every video I put out on social media, with anything I put on the internet, okay, whether it be a website I go ahead and develop and publish, anything I do with my name on it, with statements I make, verbal or in writing, they're going to come and arrest me. So this YouTube, which is why I set the time and the year and the date, is included in this premeditated attack. What they are is terrorists. They're involved in sedition and they're attacking the Constitution, okay? But it gets a little bit more intense than this, because there's a very strong theory that I keep bringing up, is that I possibly have a lot of capital. And I have ownership rights to this property, 1509 S Street Northwest. The ownership rights are through the business. The business owns this property and I own that business. So I own and possess legally all the capital that business holds. Okay. All right. And the capital is not included in the real estate. Real estate is some other term. Don't ask me right now. As I narrate this, as I dictate this, and report this, there is martini gas that I'm allowed to report that is filling up my room. I can never report the martini gas, so don't ask me to say any more about martini gas. But my eyes are closed, and yeah, I'm as high as the sky in my chair. And no, I don't do drugs, and no, I don't drink. And yes, I know when they're using laughing gas. Thank you very much. No, it's not my imagination. Regardless of my sanity being proven sane, the cops, I'm talking sheriffs, I'm talking nobody would even make sense being here, would be involved in a raid. It would be strictly for bipolar. When I've been diagnosed not mentally ill, but they're going to say I'm bipolar. And they're going to come and haul me off, or maybe do worse to me than that. And it's not necessarily just police. It's U.S. armed services who have been arrested by the very U.S. armed services who they attacked when Donald Trump took office. They've been arresting all sorts of people here, like physically detaining them. I have said that, and I've said, don't ask me where they put them. This is special ops making special forces arrest. I've witnessed some of it. Yeah, I'm sure if that's what I heard, dude. I'm sure of it. But anyways, so these evil police and military who are attacking our Constitution, our sovereign territory through insurrection and sedition, are planning with every YouTube I put out to come and say I'm bipolar, and they must do a massive raid. This raid consists of almost 300 law enforcement for a bipolar person who's making YouTube videos. Of course, okay, now you can see what I'm talking about. It's a bunch of malarkey. The theory behind this is, why do I have so much capital? Why do I have the power of the purse? Right. I have so much treasury power. Why is that? Why do these military who are attacking our Constitution and so on and so forth? Sorry, there's martini gas in here. Why do they keep relentlessly pursuing me? Because the good guys have made me the president of the United States sovereign territory. That's what I've said before in a very strong theory. And I went ahead on my former testimonies while we were taking down this terrorist cell here, this sanctuary that the phony government had. I said, okay, I'll take the job, blah, blah, blah. It's on file if anyone's curious. But let me be clear here. So legally, I have a very strong theory that I am legally, because they had to rewrite the Constitution, the scholars, the good guys, the JAGs, the whole departments, allied forces, everybody who has qualifications that I do not have, had to put in so much blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, so legally, I am the president of the United States. Okay, this is facts on paper. I tend to believe this theory, and I tend to believe that I do own this house, and I tend to believe that I do have massive capital to this business. I tend to believe I have massive treasury power, which is all duties of a president, a prime minister, head of state. But what I've always said, and this is what's going to happen, if and when my theory rings true, if and when I find out that I'm the president of the United States, given this title, this power by the good guys, by the people I just said rewrote the Constitution, what I'm going to do, and they know it, I'm never going to accept the job. I have accepted the job. It's been on paper. I signed it. I said everything. We go ahead and file that. But as soon as I hold power and you swear me in, I'm handing my power over to a man. And we're going to sit down before that, me and the good guys and the good gals, the sisters, and we're going to find out, I guess, if they don't already know, because they're the scholars, they're going to inform me. I'm going to learn from them. This is how the world works. We're going to find out what man is the best guy. Is it a group of guys? What did they write? What's their final draft here? How does our government actually work? So on and so forth, okay? It's a beautiful thing. Our government, I don't have a lot of words and I'm sitting through martini gas. It came about through this horrid experience our nation carried out in our history of trying to have a white nationalist revolution. Through that attempted uprising, which was horrid, a new government has now been implemented. And in the beginning of that government, my strong theory is, yeah, I hold the power of the president, but once I'm sworn in, I'm sorry, they all know I'm not going to do it. It's going to be handed over to a man. And I know they're scholars. A lot of them have a higher IQ than me. I know that. It's the facts on paper. Some people are really gifted and blessed with tremendously high IQs. Okay, all right. So having said that, we're going to get together and we're going to talk about what group of men, however it works, hold the power of the president. And you can keep me in office, sure. But I can never be the head of state. And to lead people, to lead nations, to lead people in your country as a social contract, you have to set the right example. And that is not the right example. So let's just put the right group of men into the presidential office. And then after that, we will explain to all the people exactly why that happened. It'll be a major learning moment, okay? Through actions and then through lecture, words. But you never get me to take the job because that's actually harmful to our country and harmful to my people that stay in the United States that never tried to attack their neighbors or their country. Lastly, there's so many more people that are qualified, that have their criteria beyond mine, okay? Let me go ahead and finish my bachelor's and finish maybe a master's. Let me see if I get married someday. You know? Let me see maybe if I have a kid. I don't know. Maybe God will bless me with a kid. I'm a woman. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know. Maybe I would be blessed enough to have a kid. If I fell in love and got married, I'm the type of woman to want to have a kid. Like, they don't already know that. Everybody who's been following me for 7 years knows that I'm the type of woman for that. Atypical woman. She fell in love and had a kid, just like so many million of other women. I'm no different. So I can't accept that job long term. I will take it. If I have it right now, okay. I will say, I, Heidi Granger, am the President of the United States of America. I veto all of the actions and acts of Congress, and I veto all of the executive orders, any actions coming out of a fraudulent terrorist harboring U.S. government as of 8/24, August 8th, year 2024. We don't need to get a date. I'm sorry, I have martini gas. I'm trying my hardest. There's constant chemical military gas in this place. Anyway, so I said that. So those are my theories. That's what explains why all these cops are just gung-ho after Heidi Granger. And they're coming here trying to say, this is what they always do, that I'm imagining Arabic terrorists. And they don't care about the chemical gas that I'm reporting to you right now. They don't care about that. They'll keep using it. And they want to go on Instagram. Instagram is part of their planned, what is this they call this when they come in here and start knocking? What is this? The military guys will explain that to me. It's part of it. They desperately want the Instagram so that they can start reciting lines saying you're imagining Arabic terrorists. You're imagining the chemical gases. It's just you going pee-poo like that. So on and so forth, okay? I'm imagining the house lit with dead bodies. They have been outside of my door with the house lit with chemical stenches, which I am forbidden from talking about right now. Pardon me that I even said anything. They don't care what is happening in here. Is that clear? It's about what is on Instagram Live. It's about what they say. It's about the fact that they're being filmed. It's about the fact that they're in the house. It shows they can't be stopped. It shows they can cuff the first president woman of the United States. Okay? It shows that the sham DNC and RNC with elected terrorists cannot be stopped. Kamala Harris is involved with the Saudi Arabian government. She has been on my account since the prostitutes were being killed in here. Nobody that's running for a fake president will ever take power. You attacked an Oriental military, Kamala, whatever her name is, Clinton, Saudi Arabia. You know you attacked the Oriental military. You went around and took 1 million pictures with their politicians. Did you forget that Asian people fight? I don't even want to address barbarians anymore. Barbarians that do the sickest, grossest things, just writ large. The white and the Arab people, I'm embarrassed of them. I'm white. Ugh. You're nasty humans. Ugh. When this is over, there's going to be plenty of Arab, Indian, wherever they're from, and white people here. A lot of them are native U.S. citizens. They're not immigrants, okay? So this is like about 48% of our population that never did anything to anyone. They just really didn't, okay? It is so atrocious what is happening with our population, what they're willing to do to women and children. There are consequences, whether you want to walk around and believe there's not. There are. So that is why they keep wanting to come and say, I'm imagining Arabic terrorists. I'm imagining there's martini gas right now. I'm imagining I get high as this guy in my chair. That's just my imagination. I'm just that fucking cuckoo. And they desperate to have it go on Instagram. And it's because of the fact that I hold the power of treasury, power of purse, power of president. And I own this business, which owns this house, and God knows what else I own. Right. And they're keeping me from that information. All right. So I'm glad I did my lecture. I went over 14 minutes. I'm glad I did my lecture once again and for the last time that the head of state will in the end be a group of men, probably a group of men. And that's where it's going to stay. And we don't have to take it that seriously, like, everyone bow, here comes the king. No. But it's how your people learn to just go with the natural biological law of the planet, of the earth. This is your planet. I mean, where do you think you're going? When you build the skyscrapers, what are you doing? Where are you going? This is your planet. There's biological laws. You're not going to change them. And honestly, that's how you want to do your social contract. Some of it's really simple arithmetic. I'm not going to try to break it, reinvent the wheel. No, I'm never going to take that job and say, here I come, queen of all of the world. No, I'm going to hand it right over because it's the right thing to do. I'm going to hand it over to people who have higher IQs than I could ever have, okay? All right, goodbye.